Hello again, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, and today I'd like to talk to you about some post-war pickups of mine over the course of the last couple weeks. And I guess we should probably not waste any time because I really want to be able to get through some of these videos in less than 30 minutes. It seems like get lost in the weeds and you know, it just goes on forever. So here we go. Let's turn the camera down and look at some cards. Okay, first we have to look at this picture because I can't figure out how you make it stay centered from one view to the next. Okay, so these are in, let's say, reverse order in terms of chronology. With the newest coming first. So here's the first card. About 3 weeks ago, I bought a Eddie Collins T206 card, and it still hasn't arrived. The post office, however, assures me that after shipping it all over the country, they have it coming to my house next. We'll see. That remains to be seen. So, in any case, while I was looking for Eddie Collins cards, this one popped up. And I don't have any of these famous Feats cards, but some of them are pretty widely known and very attractive to collectors. So I thought I'd pick this one up since it was only like a couple dollars. So this is Eddie Collins' famous feat of stealing 6 bases in a game twice in 1912, which is pretty remarkable when you stop and think about it. The next one is a 1971 World Series card, and 3 times during his career, including during the 1910 World Series, Collins batted over 400. In this case, as you can obviously see, 429. And Cubs against the A's in 1910. So next card is a Baseball Scoops 1961 card of Pete Runnels collecting 9 hits during a twin bill. Some of you may know this. The holder of the modern Major League record for consecutive hits in a game, held by Rennie Stennett, who collected 7 hits in one game and consecutively, and then followed it up with 3 more consecutive hits in the second game the next day for a total of 10, which is the modern Major League record for consecutive hits and for hits in a game. So there you go. This is card number 407, and it is part of my ongoing effort to collect the complete set of 1961 baseball scoops. The next card I have to show you is another card of a 1958 Hires root beer. This is Bill Verdon, And I purchased this card not because of its extreme good looks, although, you know, it's typical of cards in my collection. But I really bought it because I recently acquired the 58 Test Hires Root Beer of Bilford, of which there are like 8 cards. Um, most of them are, not Hall of Famers, with the exception of Willie Mays, and most of them can be acquired for less than $100, um, in spite of their scarcity. So, if you're interested in any of that, um, you can see my pickups where I discussed those test issues. Next card I have to show you is part of my 1972 Topps uh, efforts to collect the uh, 52 Topps high numbers. This is the uh, third high number card in my collection. This is an authentic Chuck Dressen card. It says that it was altered. I'm not really sure how it was altered, but it looks like a pretty decent card to me. Um, got some paper loss on the front, and maybe it might have some erasure marks. I don't know what the alteration is, but it doesn't matter. It's never going anyplace outside of my collection, so there you go. And then the earliest cards that I have to show today are all 1951 Berk Ross cards, and they are all either Yankees, one Pirate, or a Philly. So here's the first Phillies card. It's a Mike Goliat, and it is a card number 2-10. Goliat was a second baseman, but not the second baseman. So if that clarifies anything for you, but he did play in 145 games in 1950, so he's a whiz kid. Next is one of the Yankee cards that I picked up, and this is Billy Johnson, who played some third base for the Yankees. He appeared in 108 games in 1950. This set, if I've not told you before, I'll tell you now, is very heavy on the 1950 cards. Well, it's 51 set, but 1950 World Series participants, I should say, the champion New York Yankees, who swept the National League pennant winners, the Phillies, in 4 games. And this is a pitcher that the Yankees acquired at the beginning of the 1949 series, I believe. They thought he was going to be a big star for them, but he turned out to be a fizzle. So the next year, when they brought up Whitey Ford, uh, in 1950, he came up for a time before his military service, which lasted the next 2 years. And by that time, Fred Sanford was gone. So this is Fred Sanford. And last but not least is the 51 Berk Ross card of yeah, Ralph Kiner. Pardon my brain spasms. Um, Ralph was in the coming down towards the end. He wasn't at the end yet, but toward the end of his record run of 7 consecutive National League home run titles. And most of those, or many of those home run titles, um, were major league records as well. So, I mean, for the year, for that season. Um, Ralph's favorite spot to hit him was down in the left field bleachers. Came to be known as Kiner's Corner. And later in life, when he was a broadcaster for the New York Mets, his post-game show was called Kiner's Corner. I don't know how many Mets fans know how it got that name, but it didn't have anything to do with Shea Stadium, I can assure you. It's talking about Forbes Field. The other great story about Ralph Kiner, of course, is when he went in to negotiate his contract for the coming year at the end of the 1953 season, I believe. He asked for what was considered by then general manager Branch Rickey to be a beastly sum of money. And Rickey reportedly told Kiner, he said, we can't afford to pay you that. He said, we came in last without you, and we can come in last with you. Whereupon they shuffled him off, I believe, to Chicago. Where he didn't stay very long. I think they sent him to, I can't remember who they sent him to, but he went to another team for sure, either before or after Chicago Cubs. And who that was, I'm not exactly sure. So that's what I have to show you. My postseason pickups in the last couple of weeks, and we're still under 13 minutes, so that's not too bad for me. Let me get back to the picture of me, and I really like Scott at Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosities, and I really like the name he has given for a nickname he's given to his channel, uh, the Curiosity Corner. Well, that's not necessarily his channel. I guess it's the place from which he does his videos. So it's kind of a combination nickname. And I was thinking about adopting one for my channel. And I thought maybe I might call it the Launching Pad. It's kind of an homage to the old Atlanta Braves Stadium, which the Turner Field, which they nicknamed the Launching Pad. I believe that's the one. And anyway, so I thought I'd try it out on you and see what you think. If you like the idea, please put a comment down there. Say, yeah, that's good. Or if you hate the idea, put that in there too, because I don't really want to embarrass myself any more than necessary. So without any further ado, this is Rocket Rick J18 wishing all your collecting dreams come true.